Hello everyone, hope you're all keeping safe, hope everyone's well. Today I'm going to go a little bit off from my birds and stuff. I wanted to talk about new starters and novices. I think personally if you're totally new to pigeons, you might have seen the boys down your local pub with the birds and it interested you, or you might have just been out someone's back a couple of times and you want the birds. For those kind of people, I think I've seen a lot of it, they jump in the deep end. So, oh yeah, I like the pigeons, they really interest me, and they go and get a lot and they go and get some birds, and then all of a sudden they're stuck. They don't know nothing about the pigeons. They don't know a lot about keeping the birds, how it works, what healthy pigeons look like, what ill pigeons look like. I even see people asking, what's a cock, what's a hen? So I think the best thing for people who are literally just starting off is to spend some time at a local fancier's loft. Get to know their birds, how the birds look, how they should handle, how they shouldn't handle. I think getting that experience before you get your own pigeons is essential, because if you get your birds using auto calf and they get ill, you're not going to be interested. If it stresses you out and your birds are ill, you don't know what's going on, you don't know how to sort them out, you don't know why they won't fly around the loft or whatever, that's not enjoyable at all. So you really need to, you want to enjoy your pigeons. That's what the sport's here for, to enjoy. And I think definitely the first steps, if you're just starting off, is learn about somebody else's pigeons first before you get your own. But then obviously once you know the basics, definitely get a loft. I think that the best way is to do it right the first time. So you haven't got to buy thousands of pounds of lofts like some people do. Like they're great lofts, not knocking them, but you haven't got to. You can convert old garden sheds or whatever, or even new garden, because new garden sheds are a lot cheaper to buy than a pigeon loft. But definitely do it right the first time, because you don't want to get the birds, realise the loft's not as good as it needs to be, and then have to try and change things while you've got the birds there or whatever. That's just it's just a pain. So definitely take it easy, take it slow, don't rush into things, because you want to enjoy the birds, like I said. And I think that's the best way to go for the new starters. But obviously then you got your birds, you got your shed, you're all set up, you're excited, ready to race. Obviously go find your local club, just get on with all the members if you can. It's usually a good laugh. The social scene with the pigeon boys is usually great. It's part of why I got into it. But well, at the moment you can't go anywhere. But yes, see when everything opens back up, hopefully we'll be able to go there, and I'm sure everyone will have a great time. But yeah, so once you've got your birds and stuff, then people take on too much at once. I think they try and do, this guy, they watch the DVDs, this guy does this system, this guy does that system, he does that, they do that, and people try and do too much. I think I think the best thing to do is go to some local fanciers who are winning, and look at their system, see if you can do. You're not going to be able to copy their system exact, and even if you did, you're not saying the bird you're going to win like they do. Everything's different. If you don't have exactly the same lofts, exactly the same pigeons, exactly the same thing they do, then the birds won't do the same as they're doing. But definitely go to local fanciers, take some ideas from them as systems you want to use, and try and manage it for yourself. There's no point. I spend loads of time downstairs in Alloway, and I learn so much off them. But I can never ever do their system, because it's not a one-man job. There's a few of them in the partnership, because they got ends for their race cocks, they got cocks for their race ends, then they got the youngsters, and they got all the soft pigeons, and there's no way someone working will be able to manage all that. So for me, that's no good. I'm going to have youngsters this year. I'm going to have about 80 this year, just because I'm starting off on it. I want to be able to push the pigeons as far as I can, but also have enough left for all bird season next year. And then hopefully then I'm going to have 16 woodable cock boxes. I'm going to race cocks for all birds, and hopefully I'll have 16 cocks left over for me. But if I haven't, that's it, that's fine. Just want to, a nice size woodable cock. I know I can manage that with work and stuff. I know I can get up in the morning, sort the cocks out, and then eventually sort the young ones out, and then hopefully get home in time in the afternoon and then to sort the cocks up again. etc. But you want a system that works around you. You don't want to work around the system. You know, it's got to suit your lifestyle, because you're not be rushing home from work. I got to do this. I got to do this at a certain time. Blah blah blah. And that's no good, because you're not going to enjoy the sport. So yeah, definitely make your own system up. You know, you use bits and bobs of other people's systems, but make your own system up that suits you 100%. Pigeons. Pigeon wise, getting pigeons. I've purchased basically most of my birds off Stereo in LA, which is our local fanciers who win a lot at club and fed level. So where better else to go to them. I bred around last year out with their birds just to test them with another local fancier, and straight off the bat, first nest of pigeons I bought off Stereo in LA, they bred a first club. So there's proof there that buying youngsters off local fanciers does work. I have bought pedigree pigeons, I'm not gonna lie. Is it the best thing to do? It's a gamble at the end of the day. You know, you could buy pedigree pigeons and they could breed you winner after winner, or they could breed you nothing. That's the risk you take. I think it's you're more guaranteed to breed winning pigeons out of pigeons that have won races, rather than pedigree pigeons, great grandson of this or whatever. Like, you know, it's too far. You want direct children of the winning pigeons if you can, or even pigeons that are the same way bred as the winners. You know. But say this day and age, pigeons are going up and up in price. Everyone wants to sell them, but hopefully you can find a local fancier who's either cheap or would like to give you some just for new starters. I'd like to think that anyway. People want to help out. But yeah, so you got your birds, you got your loft, you got your system all sorted. Corn, feeding system. There's so much corn out there, so many different brands, and well, I stopped flying in 2011, just starting back up now. Well, I had a little stint in 2019, but just starting back up now, and the price of corn has absolutely shocked me. How much it's gone up. I see £20 for a bag of corn. I think bloody hell, it's definitely not a poor man's sport like it used to be. That's for sure. But there is cheap corn you can get, you know, and it's still good quality. I'm going to be using Countrywide, which is the cheaper of some of the corns. When I raced young birds in the partnership in 2019, we used that, and the birds were competitive. We had a second club. You know, we had a couple minor positions, but the birds were always there. Like, you know, they weren't miles behind. They was always there. It was always in a couple of minutes of the first pigeon. So, you know, it's obviously you do need good quality corn, but I think some of it is overpriced, and the quality difference between the cheaper and the more expensive brands isn't that much, really. But yeah, so we want to get some nice corn, cheaper the better, but it still needs to be nice. And then we go into medicine then. Most of you have probably seen Karen Harris's video. He said about testing. 100% agree with him. It's definitely the way to go. Testing, swab test, drop-in test, send them off to the vet. They'll tell you what to treat, what needs treating, and then you treat. There's absolutely no point in blind treating pigeons. You wouldn't take a paracetamol in the morning if you haven't got a headache. That makes no sense. So why would you give pigeons medicine for something they haven't got? With that, I'd always keep the medicine there though. So like the basic canker, coxy, worms, paratyphoid, a couple of others. Always have it there. So when you when you do the test, the vet rings up and he might say you got canker. You can go out the same day and start treating them, and then you're on top of it then. It's a bit of a pain, and you've got to order it in. It might take a couple of days, maybe even a week to come, and then that bit of a high canker count has gone right up then, and then other problems start to come in. You know, sometimes coxy is a secondary infection which comes in with other things, and you can get that in, and the pigeons can start getting more ill. And so it's always best to have the medicine there, but always have a test first and then treat straight up and keep on top of them. I think Karen said he treats 5-6 times through racing season. Which, just keep on top of it. It's £15 a test. it's pennies compared to what you've been spending if you've been treating them every 3-4 weeks, you know. So yeah, definitely do that. Products is a minefield. I've been there, buying this, buying that, reading the labels. Oh, this does this does that. This is going to make my pigeons do this. You know, I spent the money. I spent the hundreds of pounds. It is not worth it whatsoever. I'd say good pigeons, a good setup, good good feeding system, or good all-round system is like 90-95% of the pigeons. The products with the extra 5-10% on top, which might make the difference. Say the worst thing you can do is read the label, if I'm honest, because the label entices you to buy it. As soon as you read the label, your pigeons are gonna win everything. That's what the label tells you. But obviously, it doesn't work like that because, you know, most people use products and they're not first every week. And they're not. It's a bit of a farce sometimes, but there are products out there that do work. For me, the way I done it, I went to the shows. You know, I've been going to the shows since I was a boy. And you watch the local fanciers, the top fanciers going around. You see what they're buying. They'll never go up to a stand and say, "Oh, I want something to do this. I want something to do that." They already know what they want. They already know what they need. They've either pre-ordered and they're collecting it, or they're just going to go up the stand and tell them what they want. But watch them and see what products they buy. You know, and I think that's the best way. Because if 4 or 5 top fanciers buy the same product, you might want to think about, you know, look into that product then and see what it's for, and maybe you want to buy it as well. Like, you know, I only really products wise now use 2. I'll grab it. So I got natural line. It's basically like giving the birds a cup of tea. It's herbal tea. It's got some all nice bits and bobs, plant bits and bobs and stuff in it. I haven't really got a clue the actual ingredients in it. All I know is I give them 10 ml to a litre, and the birds, to me, are better off it. It helps their bloom. You know, they got nice pink skin, nice pink tongues. They look healthy, and I give them this all year round, basically, except for racing. Basically, out with the race season, they get this. Yeah, I think it's just really good. It just helps keep them healthy. You know, it's like taking vitamins or whatever every day for a human. I just think it's some good stuff. Then racing, I've only discovered this product the last 3 years, but it's been around for a lot longer. And I found this product by going to the shows. Went to Blackpool last year. You know, just over the years, I've been going to the shows, and this product has probably been one of the most bought products I've seen. It's Med Togliame Forte from Tolleson, and it's really good stuff. It's got a lot in it. It's £20 a bottle, and that's why I only use it for racing season. You know, so I know some people use it for breeding, and some people use it all year round, but I haven't got the money to spend £20 a bottle for all year round. So I'd have to buy at least 10 bottles, and that's 200 quid. And if I miss seeing that, she would not be happy. So yeah, I use it. It's got vitamins, multivitamins, B vitamins, amino acids. It's a really good product. It can go on the water or the cone. I put it on the cone because personally, it's I feel they're getting a better dosage through the cones. You know, they're eating it all. Different pigeons drink different amounts of water, and they drink different amounts of water from things which time of year it is. So it's never guaranteed in the water how much they're having, but on the corn, as long as they're eating all the corn, I'm guaranteed they're having a full dose. So yeah, definitely those 2 products for me are a must. But like I said, look into yourself, see what you think, but don't go mad buying all these different kind of products. See, I've been there, and it's no good. You're just hemorrhaging money for nothing. The only other thing I might have is something to give the birds when they get home from a race, some electrolytes or whatever, you know, just to bring them back onto form. But for me, it's more feeding the corn, different types of corn, different times of the week. For me, is the better performance-wise for the birds. Okay, that's it for me today, guys. Like I said, I just wanted to talk about new starters and helping them out, helping them into the sport. Any new starters got any questions? Anyone got any questions? Feel free to message me. I'm always here with a bit of advice, and if I don't know advice, I can always put you on to someone who will. And all the best for the breeding season, guys. Cheers.